Watch on mobile devices or the big screen, all for free. No subscription required. Download Beely now.
I can't remember the last time that I went to the toilet and had just a normal poo.
So I want to be the Melissa I used to be. I really do not think there's any cure at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, shall we raise our glasses to the cleanest colons in all of Spain?
It may seem the perfect place for some sun worshipping, but in fact 8 Brits are spending 2 weeks here in southern Spain in a bid to conquer the respective illnesses from rampant eczema to excessive sweating that have dominated their lives and caused them much suffering and embarrassment.
Bring back your awareness into your body.
The key process here is system detoxification, and having had only broth and juices as sustenance for the past 36 hours, it's time to check in with spa director Amanda for a progress report.
How's everyone else feeling in general?
I feel so much better today because I slept really well for the first night, just all night, 10 hours, and then I just don't feel as hungry today.
I mean, you all look really good today. I said to you, you can tell the weight loss is happening now. It's just facial change.
Yeah,
Bloatiness. Yeah.
Be a model.
Let me go through who's having what in terms of your therapies. Charlotte, you're with Ziza for reflexology and foot reading. Melissa having shiatsu.
She's not a bit loopy today. Because I've cut the chain. I feel sort of free now.
Right.
I'm not smoking anymore.
Already? Well,
That's it.
That's it. You finished.
I gave them to Aya this morning.
Wow, well done.
16-stone Melissa from London is here because she's making herself ill with an eating disorder.
My problem is that I comfort eat.
She used to scrub up well as a model and DJ, but for the past 14 years, she's been a single mum to son Angelo, who has cerebral palsy. And she's become addicted to late-night binging on junk food.
When everything's quiet, that's when I'll raid the fridge.
She's desperate to overcome that habit, and in the spirit of detox, is also going to try and kick her addiction to cigarettes.
If you see a mad woman going round screaming,
But you're in the best place to be a mad woman, aren't you?
Yeah, because there's another 7, man.
Well, good for you, because, you know, when you arrive, we said it has to come from you.
There's something else that has to come from the patients during detox, and over the next few days, it'll become a hot topic of conversation.
When you start to see stuff as powerful as the colon plaque, that's a real wake-up call for a lot of people.
Especially when you mentioned that the norm is to go to the toilet 3 times a day.
No, the optimum, not the norm, because the norm is quite different from that. The norm is that people don't. But if you're functioning properly, it's 2 to 3 times a day.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what we're trying to get you towards.
Yeah.
Regular sessions with various therapists are also an integral part of the physical and emotional detox process. But between appointments, poolside serves as the perfect waiting room. Yesterday, 23-year-old Tracy was missing her 2 young sons.
Miss putting them in the pyjamas and just silly things.
Today, she's imagining what it'll be like to get back to her partner of 6 years.
I can't wait.
Get me some no kids in there.
I've got to watch this with my nana, do you mind? But yeah, that's comes into it, doesn't it? I'm not very confident with things like that. I'm very, I won't even get undressed in front of him. He just knows he has to turn away.
He just knows.
He does. He just, even if he just looks at me, he just, oh, I'm sorry, you know, when he'll turn away. He knows that I'm not confident enough for it.
When Tracy's partner turns away, it's in deference to Tracy's embarrassment over the psoriasis that covers nearly 80% of her body. So she's forcing herself to spend 2 weeks away from young sons Corey and Harvey in the hope she can be cured. And certainly her confidence levels have already improved remarkably.
Usually I'm very paranoid and stuff and worry what people think, but I just couldn't give a shit really. Yeah. So they think what they want now, I'm not really bothered.
It's awful to say I love my family to bits and that, but I'm not missing anything about being at home, at all. Nothing.
Geordie normally relies heavily on her family. She suffers the humiliation of hyperhidrosis, excessive sweating, all over at any time.
God, yeah. That's like you've absolutely... Someone's thrown you in a pool.
It's so embarrassing that she prefers to spend time with her brother and dogs, avoiding personal relationships.
I'm actually single at the moment and it is quite a scary thing, thinking about meeting somebody. The way I feel at the moment, just I can't expect anybody to accept me the way that I am when I can't accept myself. Not only is it putting up with the actual sweat, it's putting up with me mentally and the mood swings that I do get.
I don't think there's anything at all that will cure me. I think this is going to be me for the rest of my life.
But since taking the plunge into detox, like Tracy, Jodine's finding the supportive environment a refreshing change.
I do feel a lot more confident now, definitely. I just hope it continues when I get home.
Definitely I'm going to really try see things in a more positive way rather than getting anxious and stressing out about stupid things.
Stressing out about things is something that may have led to Amy developing irritable bowel syndrome. Her youthful, glamorous appearance belies a painful condition of bloating, constipation and publicly embarrassing extreme flatulence.
It is really embarrassing, but needing to go to the toilet and I've had to just say to her, I'm really sorry, it's really embarrassing, but I'm just going to have to fart, basically.
And not surprisingly, Amy's IBS affects her desire for intimacy.
When you're that bloated and swollen, you don't feel attractive at all. You don't feel, sexy or, nice and happy. You just feel sluggish and swollen and uncomfortable. I think it's just about changing what you're doing so that I can actually allocate time for when I might do a yoga class or just time that's my time so that I can just, instead of constantly rush, I can't do that anymore, I can't do it.
I've decided if my sweating is really severely reduced, then I'm definitely going to go for the place because I always want to be in the place. But if I go home the same as what I came, then I'm still going to go to college.
Strong bonds have developed quickly amongst the group in just a few days, and there's no limits to the caring and sharing, it seems. As well as releasing emotion, the patients are supposed to be literally dumping out years of accumulated toxins, with the help of daily enemas, and right now, it's time for a little show and tell.
Are you ready for this? What the hell is that?
Oh my God.
She may have bowel problems, but Amy is in fact the first to proudly show off the colon plaque the detox process produces.
Did you feel it coming out?
Yeah.
What did it just feel? Just
I don't know.
Did it feel like a poo or? Look at me. Get me some gloves, I'll inspect it.
Quickly put that down. See if you can go and do it now. It's your turn.
I'm going to beat
and then shout me and let me see it. No. What's the word? Minging. I think that's the only way to describe it. So yeah, but I don't know. I don't find it a problem because the other day, if it's going to clear my problem, then I'm happy. So that's fine by me. Let's just get rid of it now, eh? See you later, Snake.
Here at the Spa of Embarrassing Illnesses, 8 ordinary people with health problems that are both physically and psychologically taxing are hoping for a miraculous end to their suffering. And no matter what the illness, daily enemas are par for the course. And by now, there's not a hint of embarrassment about the old taboo of bodily functions.
There was about 5 or 6 little, they were only tiny like that, hard like kidney bean shapes. And then there was orange stringy bits and I was like, ooh, having a look.
I had an occasional glance down the loo, and there was stuff down there, so it was all right.
No, I'd advise us if I really would.
Maybe another time.
Nothing's happening with me.
Oh, it will.
Fed up now.
After yesterday's initial fear, Melissa's managed to embrace the enema, and now it can't happen quick enough.
I'm fed up. I want to go home.
Oh, don't go home. You've done too well. Oh, you've come really far now.
I keep doing everything, trying to do everything right, get all my supplements and this and that, and nothing's happening.
I think what you're doing is you're comparing yourself to other people's
I'm not
results.
comparing myself to other people. It's me. Because I know what my tummy's like. Bloody mess.
You really need to talk to somebody.
No, basically I just have to, you know, just change.
And here's the lady right now.
Nothing happened.
Do you think you're the first person coming to detox and nothing happens at this stage? Because you're not.
Nothing happened.
Sit down, I say.
Why am I giving half a strength?
We always start with half a strength anyway with everyone, so we all do the same because it's too much for people who've never done a coffee enema before to have full strength. But you're not being treated differently from anyone else in that particular sense. The thing with you, Melissa, is that part of your whole picture has been very much being stuck. The mental and emotional side is so tied in with the physical
and spiritual.
And I think when you start moving inside, it'll start moving on the physical as well. And I've seen this so often in detox. That it's to do with being stuck inside in yourself. Do you understand what I mean?
I just want to do the right thing.
It's not about doing the right thing, it's just letting your body do what it's going to do when the time's right. And you mustn't compare yourself with someone else. That's not what detox is about. It's your journey.
No, I'm not comparing myself with anyone else. I just know that my tummy is just a mess. And I'm so afraid that it's not going to work.
This is really, really too early to start getting upset about things not coming out. It really is.
I can't believe I'm crying over shit.
It could be the detox, it could be the absence of cigarettes that's making Melissa so emotional. Learning to deal with the stresses of their conditions, though, is part of the process here at the spa. And today, a session is scheduled with Lara, a practitioner of NLP.
NLP stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming, which is a bit of a mouthful, but it really just means, if you break it down, neuro means the mind and how we think, and linguistics is communication and how we communicate within ourselves in our internal dialogue, and also externally how we communicate with the world.
Today, Lara only wants to teach them some relaxation techniques, but her nicotine withdrawal might be affecting Melissa's concentration, as she seems to be getting the wrong end of the stick.
Why? All right, I'm going to be honest.
Go on, honest from the heart.
I'll be
it's always
honest.
the best way.
Are you trying to make us all perfect, or make me perfect?
Okay. Well, I certainly don't believe in perfection. I think it's about trying to be better, okay? But to be better is also totally starting with where we're at. I actually think that's what makes us better. So it's accepting where you're at and then giving you techniques to just be able to feel better in yourself and better in life. So I'm not sure quite where the perfection comes from, if that's something that's being said or you're feeling, or...
Maybe it's what I'm feeling. Because everybody around here is so serene and so spiritual, and so I would love to be like that. I mean, I really would. But in an ideal world, in my world, it's very stressful, you know, and...
I think it's just what you take from it, though. I mean, everyone here has also had problems. Nobody's perfect. It's just what you choose, I suppose, what we're learning to take from that to make your life better at home. Because you've obviously come here for a reason, haven't you? Like, you're not... You've come here because you're suffering, so you want to clear that suffering. So they're just trying to give you different methods in which you can try and help that when you get home.
How we
Persuaded by her fellow detoxers that she should tune in to see what she can get out of it, Melissa toes the relaxation line, and soon, once again, they're all breathing deeply and looking within. Another new therapy on the cards today is shiatsu, which is one more string on Yair's healing bow. And he's working on Dan first.
So shiatsu is a Japanese technique that works on the meridians of the body, the energy channels.
33-year-old Dan has been plagued by embarrassing eczema since he was a child, and it's a condition that's worsened with age.
Shiatsu is going to help Dan in a number of ways. It's quite a deep therapy. It's not like a relaxing massage. It's going to really help to stimulate healing in different parts of his body. The way that Yair works is also that magic element that nobody can quite define, that will let him really read into what Dan's needs are.
It's painful?
No, I'm having it up for the cameras.
Okay.
Charlotte and Damien are the only couple doing the 2-week detox here in Spain, and they're still somewhat wary about what the process might actually do for their embarrassing illness.
When somebody says, when are we going to patter little tiny feet then, when are we going to see another little Damien or another little Charlotte? Yeah. What you really can't say is, well, actually, Charlotte's got polycystic ovaries and a bit of endometriosis and she's got an underactive thyroid, so listen, I'd really appreciate it if you didn't ask that question.
Damien's lifestyle and the notable quantities of pop he consumes, including Pepsi on his cornflakes, may also be giving him slow swimmers. And after a lifestyle audit yesterday, the spa therapists believe a change in diet could be the key to their infertility issues. Is that something that this self-confessed sceptical Yorkshire couple can buy into?
I think it takes a leap of faith to go from thinking that a detox will affect that. That's quite a big leap of faith for someone to take.
Especially when we've been going to the hospital for like 4.5 years now, and we constantly get told that it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen. So for somebody to say that just by changing what you're eating it's going to happen, it's almost like you've got to see it to believe it. But we'll definitely give it a go. It's a process that we've got to go through so that we're peaceful in our mind that we've tried it. Because if after 3 months or however long the programme's going to be, it doesn't work, then fair enough, it doesn't work. But at least we know in the bottom of our heart that we've tried it. Otherwise...
And that's why we'll stick to the programme. I'm really looking forward to getting the kind of plan for after, to kind of give us some more structure for a few months, to kind of ease us into that way of being.
I don't want to get my hopes up, because if I get my hopes up and it doesn't happen, then I'm just gonna fall down again like I did before, Anna. So we'll just see what happens.
We were talking about some of the things that we're going to change when we get back. And whilst will at some point in time in the future, will I eat at McDonald's? Yes, I probably will. It just won't be very often.
Would you be comfortable lying on your abdomen?
Next on Yair's shiatsu table is Melissa. It might not have been a big day so far for her in terms of bowel output, but giving up a 20-year smoking habit is fraying her nerves, so it could be just the soothing tonic she needs.
Open your bra so I can work on your back. Oh, you have many surprises there, huh?
Many.
Huh?
Many. I have a Scorpio on one.
Uh-huh.
And 2 dolphins and the eye to protect me from evil. And this one means true, real and sincere.
Great.
Because that's what I am.
Okay, great.
True, real and sincere is something Middy's going for with Charlotte as they discuss possible reasons for her infertility.
And I'd like to kind of explore some things with you.
Okay.
Of key interest to Middy is the fact that Charlotte's mother smoked when Charlotte was conceived.
I mean, was she a heavy smoker?
I couldn't tell you in numbers, but I would probably reckon about 20 a day, something like that.
And an everyday drinker?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but a lot of people did then, didn't they? Because they didn't really realise there was anything wrong with it, and I think still today people don't really realise.
Something like 1/3 of women smoke and drink prior to conception, not realising at all that it could be a factor.
You don't even contemplate that 6 months ago, before I got pregnant, I
Yeah.
was doing this.
Yeah.
You don't even contemplate that.
And for anyone who does drink and smoke, they usually stop when they find out they're pregnant.
Yeah,
and that
not
can be
before.
6 weeks on, 8 weeks on,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. People who smoke and drink usually have very low levels of zinc.
Right.
And zinc is a very important
What
mineral.
does zinc do?
It's very, very important for reproductive health.
Really?
It's important for so many things.
Gosh.
Immune system health. You often get antioxidant formulas. Say if
Right.
you've had colds with zinc in it. Vitamins A, C, and E, and zinc. Fight off colds, immune system. But
Right.
certainly in reproductive health, both for men and women, zinc is really, really important. So it's possible that you inherited a low zinc situation, and therefore how your reproductive system developed may have been slightly compromised.
Got you.
It's certainly something I have to take into account.
Something Yair may not have taken into account is the power of his magic touch. He set Melissa off again. But not in terms of tears. These are not cries of despair.
Oh, God. Oh, something just gone. You've just released something from me. Oh, God.
So, shiatsu's proving productive for Melissa, but Mid is still trying to get to the core of Charlotte's reproductive issues. She's moving from Charlotte's physical family history to the psychological one.
There's other parts of your case that would really like to look at with you as well. You said something really significant to me yesterday that I've been thinking about all the time, and that's why I want to have another conversation with you, because you were talking about some family life, and you used this expression that you'd been shut down in some aspects of how you related in the family and with your emotional feelings and things, and it just struck a chord with me.
I think that I've had a few difficult times which I've had to deal with myself rather than with the family. My mum was very independent when she was young and encouraged us to be very independent, and the way that we became independent was to deal with things ourselves. I think I got very confused when I met Damien, because you don't have to deal with things yourself, and it's only recently that I've actually realised that it's not all on my shoulders.
I do think it's significant in the whole picture in some ways, that part of you, we all have families that are one way or another way, and we learn to cope with the dynamics of that, and it's like some of the flow of parts of you has been not allowed to happen or to grow. So you've grown very much in one sense, and been more stifled in another.
Yeah.
Perhaps emotionally.
Yeah, probably.
Creatively, maybe.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's a link here, really,
Yeah.
with the way that your creative flow on the physical level just isn't happening.
Maybe.
As time goes by, I hope to really have enough of the whole picture that the treatment plan that you'll go on with will bear fruit.
I hope it will, literally.
It's several days into complete system detoxification for 8 Brits who suffer from embarrassing illnesses. They've signed up for 2 weeks of alternative therapy that could set them on the road to a cure for problems ranging from irritable bowel to infertility. They've nothing to lose and everything to gain by following the advice of their holistic therapists, even if it sometimes seems nothing short of kooky.
I'm a Yorkshireman, and it's like all this spiritual stuff, third eyes and humming and stuff. It's just not me.
What's the humming bit? I just can't get. I quite like that bit. It's like it feels like it just
it finishes it off. It's just like a release.
We're very much a results-orientated group of people. It's not something, some airy-fairy concept, you know, you can detox, therefore you feel like you can then float. It's actually, let's look at how you feel before, let's look at how you feel after, let's look at how your body works before, let's look at how your body works after. It proves itself.
And proving itself today is the remark that Yair made earlier in his yoga session.
Each day has its own special quality.
But he couldn't have predicted just what today's special quality would turn out to be, poolside in the midday sun. It seems his deft shiatsu touch has not only distracted her from cigarettes, it's put Melissa in a certain kind of mood. And in fact, she's not the only one.
You feel a bit horny, all this fasting then?
I'm absolutely gagging for it. I feel so sexually frustrated.
Do you? I don't.
And it's not, no, I don't usually feel frustrated.
No.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know if this is what happens.
I'm quite a horny person when I'm at home, so maybe it's, I don't know.
I wonder if it's because we can't have all the things that we like and would normally have.
I wouldn't even think about food now.
No, I wouldn't.
All I want is a good...
a good singing too.
You know, a good singing too. You know? Good... You know... Good... I can't explain it, you know? You know, good...
Normally, during the profound part of the detox, the juice fasting bit, all sexual desire disappears. You don't have the energy for it.
Tracy, though, does have the energy to tease Melissa and Jodine with excerpts from a saucy novel.
I felt his nakedness against me, his manliness hardened. Are you alright? Can I carry on? His fingers moved quickly over my clothing.
People after the detox tend to have this feeling that apparently they're having today. So I can't really put my finger on it, except, you know, they're feeling good.
And feeling good within themselves has to be a positive thing for Jodine, whose embarrassing excessive sweating doesn't give her much confidence in terms of relationships. And for Melissa, whose addictive overeating has meant she's a long way from her glamorous past life of modelling and DJing.
It was entertainment. It was like, you know, sex, drugs and rock and roll, man.
They're feeling good. They have shifted, things inside them have shifted, things on the outside have shifted. This is fantastic.
Then he nibbled gently under and over the breast.
Oh my God.
Are you tingling yet, love?
Oh yeah.
His kisses were like fire now.
But they are.
Everywhere his lips touched me, I felt the heat build. Your heart's pounding and so is mine, he said. He looked into my eyes, I closed them, and then, as in a dream, I felt his soft lips move over my cheek, in my hair, then lightly over my eyelids, and finally my lips again. This time, as he kissed me, he slipped his fingers under the waist of my panties. Then he returned his lips to mine, slipping himself in between my legs at the same time.
No, you can't take far there, man.
And a delightful dizziness sending me reeling.
The thought of it is one thing. Maybe if they actually could have sex, they might find they're too tired. I don't know.
The waterfall explosion, yeah? And then he climaxes and that's the end.
It's probably just as well that's the end. For Charlotte, though, the spa treatments are a new chapter in her quest for a baby.
Any sensation coming there?
Warm.
Ziza's calm but intense reflexology sessions have already brought tears to Damien's eyes. What will the very pragmatic, self-contained Charlotte allow herself to feel?
A really, really light flutter. Like a tingling sensation now.
Reflexology is based on the principle that the foot contains a map of the body, if you like, and you can manipulate and assist in the healing of different parts of the body by working with the foot. So it feels very much like just that somebody's massaging your foot, but in actual fact the reflex point of that tip of the toe will be somewhere in the body, and that has an effect on that part of the body.
That's like a really funny pulsating feeling down the middle.
What is it?
Like a pulsating feeling.
It's something that you really need to experience, because in theory it sounds a bit strange, but once you've worked with it and what we've seen with the results that Ziza's had, it's really quite incredible. And particularly with fertility, actually, it can have great results.
That is really weird.
In what way? It's weird.
You can just feel it. As you move, you can feel you're there. That feels like there's pressure down there.
Exactly, yeah. Good.
Down by the water, Melissa's taken herself off to calm down, and Amy's rejoined the poolside posse for more note swapping with Jordine and Tracy, and to remind them just who's winning the colon plaque competition.
See if you can go and do it now. It's your turn.
I'm going to beat
And then shout me and let me see it.
But it's not. We'll see. Don't underestimate my plaque yet, love.
Listen, I beat you first day. That was the
my
competition.
plaque will come back.
I got my plaque out. You aren't.
But it's not just plaque that's shifting. The spa experience and the support from one another is already affecting a mind shift in many of the patients.
Do you feel different to when you first came here, like?
Definitely, in every way.
Why?
I just don't feel self-conscious while I'm here. I am a bit worried about going home actually, because I just feel so much more relaxed.
For Tracy too, the experience so far has had a positive effect on her self-esteem and the psoriasis which has dominated her life.
I just feel a lot more confident. There's no way that I thought I'd put like a swimming costume on or anything, you know, like that. It's like I know it is getting
fantastic.
Just not used to it, because it was just normal having really bad skin, to be honest with you. You looking for the wasp?
Is it gone?
Yeah. No, it was just normal having crap skin. Do you know what I mean?
It does, it just becomes normal.
Yeah, it's true that. You
just get used to it.
You just fall in the ways, don't you? And then you're stuck in a rut kind of thing, innit?
I just love spending time with people. So, because I shut myself away in the house.
Yeah.
Unless I'm at work or at the gym. I just get really lonely because I do. Just spend most of my day on my own.
Yeah.
And I really, really don't want to slip back into that now, because I've been dead happy while I've been here. That was the biggest step for me, coming here, not knowing anybody, because it is just, I don't get put in situations like that because I just get too anxious.
Right.
So that was like my main worry. I just feel like I'm not the odd one out here.
Yeah, I feel like that.
I always feel like, oh God, what? Different. I always feel like I'm the one, like everybody else is just living a normal life and doing what they want.
And although it almost feels like a vacation in this setting, the reasons they're here are never far away for our patients. Amy might have got her plaque out, but her IBS has by no means disappeared.
I might have to go and lie down, to be honest. I just don't feel like I just don't want to talk about it, do you know what I mean? Again.
Is that what it's like for you when you're at home?
Yeah.
So how do you manage like when you're at work and stuff? Just keep going?
Just keep going until I get home, and then just used to go in my room and shut my door and not be with anyone.
Hello.
Post-reflexology, husband Damien's keen to compare notes with Charlotte. Although Charlotte's the one with polycystic ovaries, he's come to detox as well because his lifestyle choices could also be impacting on their ability to conceive.
If I'm being really bad and I'm just being really undisciplined, I'll have some Pepsi Max on my cornflakes.
So is that cool? It was really good.
Was it like mine? Like
Oh,
freaky?
mate, it was just a bit odd. I weren't here. It was really bizarre. I was like, well, no, somewhere else. And then when she brought me back, I like nearly fell into bed. It felt like I'd been taken somewhere. Not that I was flying, it's just that, I don't know, it's just I weren't here. My body was here, but it just felt like I wasn't.
You kind of look down on yourself, kind of thing.
No, I didn't even know. I just knew my body were on bed and that were it. It was just like, I don't know, floating above somewhere. Really weird. I'd definitely have that done again. But yeah, that was weird because you feel stupid. She said concentrate on down here because obviously that's where the problem is.
Yeah.
So I did, but then there's this thing going in my head. And I'm thinking to myself, should I say that I've got something going on in my head? Because is it weird? Should it not really be happening up there? And then when I said it, she went, oh no, it should be. Thinking, thank goodness for that. But yeah, it was really weird. She moved something in my bowel somewhere.
Oh, you feel it all swizzing round?
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt it all swizzing round.
And like something like growing inside me, some like big
Yeah,
like
just kind of moving up.
Yeah.
Well, that's when I started crying.
Is it?
Yeah,
no,
well,
I didn't start crying. I started getting pictures of you. You think I'm mad, don't you?
No.
You remember when, well, I'm sure you remember, when you proposed to me in Gateshead?
Yeah.
They were there.
Really?
Smack bang in front of Curry's and Marks and Spencer's. Very odd.
Really?
Very, very odd. They were nice, though.
She's a bit of a miracle worker, isn't she?
She is, isn't she? It's a bit weird.
When you have somebody like Ziza or like Yair, they're working on a level over and above what you can read in a book. In all the time that I've worked in this field, they are the best I've found anywhere in the world, and that's why they're working on this detox.
So Charlotte and Damien could well be convinced there's magic in Ziza. But can she now calm Melissa, who, after all the tension and excitement earlier, is craving something?
There's a cigarette. I just want a cigarette. I just want a cigarette. That's it.
You were just saying earlier how good you feel now.
Yeah, but I don't feel good now. I'm just going up and down, and the thing is, I feel like I'm going to get cranky and I get cross and get angry, and I'm not a nice person when I'm like that. I get moody.
It's okay. You can get moody. We've all been up and down this week, and it's going to get worse for everybody.
I'm 41, I'm an adult, I can have a cigarette if I want a cigarette.
You can.
Yeah, you will.
Right?
There's nobody stopping you.
I can have a cigarette if I want one.
You will not. You want cigarette after the soup, you'll get it. We don't take it from you. Just see.
You know, this morning I was feeling sensual, and today, now I'm feeling really, really sort of pissed off with everything, you know? Even though I had a result on the toilet tonight.
Brilliant.
You know, I had a result, but I'm still not satisfied. I'm never satisfied.
Here at the spa of embarrassing illnesses, 8 Brits are undergoing a radical detoxification process as they resort to alternative therapy in their quest for rude health as opposed to embarrassing illness. Day 5 at the spa begins with a lesson in the yoga practice of neti, which is the rather challenging concept of sinus irrigation to clear airways and promote better breathing.
And the yogis, you know, they want to improve the breathing, so they do this cleanse every morning, so all the sinuses and the upper respiratory tract is open.
Melissa's not looking particularly impressed, but then this is her second day of not smoking, and yesterday wasn't easy.
Yeah, but I don't feel good now.
So the fact that she's here at all is something.
So basically we're using warm water with a little bit of salt. That's all.
Supposing it doesn't come out and it goes to the brain. Oh, so it goes up and goes through the other side?
Yeah. So it's all a matter of angle. If I go
And some of the group choose to sit it out altogether, and who can blame them?
Okay? Okay? Yeah. Just wait now. Yeah.
That's it.
It's
Perfect.
Here. Just bring your head slightly lower. Lower.
What are you doing it for?
No. Angle.
That's
Yeah,
it.
because just
Is it
play
fine?
with your head. Play with your head. Okay. Try to.
Oh!
Fine. And don't worry. Yeah, you see, it's working. Easy.
Obviously a man if you can do that and not be bothered about it being all over his feet, innit?
At your
And while Tracy wasn't open to sluicing her nasal passages today, the same couldn't be said for the other end. And of course, where there's colon plaque, there's competition.
Have you finished?
Yeah, have you?
Yeah.
I got plaque, did you?
Yeah, do you want to look?
Yeah, well, alright.
Alright. It's not as long as yours, but...
Oh, it won't be, because obviously I'm
Because
the
you're
best.
you.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Whatever.
Right, so you're ready.
Yours is more lumpy than mine.
That is foul.
Oh.
There's that one there as well.
Well, that's definitely a plaque, love.
It is, isn't it? I'm all plaqued out for the
You
day.
are? Get your plaque out.
I've got my plaque out for the lads. Yeah, look.
Well done. Now you can get rid of it, eh?
Yeah, definitely.
Get rid of those little snakes.
It's just the smell, it's making me sick. It's all stuck because it's lumpy.
Oh, just knock it, love. That is just knock it. Knock it in.
And colon plaque is not the only thing getting out today. The entire group is scheduled for an afternoon of hydrotherapy treatments at a nearby natural spring spa. Although, given yesterday's raunchy mood, is that wise?
Then he nibbled gently under and over the breast.
Oh my God.
Are you tingling yet, love?
It's quite unusual for people at this stage of detox to be feeling quite as frisky as some of our girls are. Usually it's at the end of a detox people feel incredibly energetic on all levels, including your libido. So for these girls, I suspect that they might be all talk and no actions, because if anyone actually came along, I'm not quite sure they could fulfill or deliver on their promises. So I'm not quite sure. I'm not going to take it too seriously, but it's a bit of fun.
So, it's a day pass for all, and even those not feeling so frisky are happy for the break in routine.
We've been released from Stalag Luft.
They don't feel like going on a school trip. Yeah. I remember when she was going to pack a picnic. I was like, oh, ham sandwiches.
You're supposed to open your pores and then
A picturesque Spanish town, warm sunshine, it's almost like being on holiday. But many of life's pleasures pre-spa are no longer on the menu. The temptation is there though, and Melissa is soon struggling with her desire for a social cigarette.
You're not going to think about how you're going to get one. You're going to think how you're going to stay in this moment without one. This heart, this is your body, it's craving it. This is not unusual, but this is the time, Melissa, that you've got to try and overcome it. Because you've never done this before. It's hard, it's unusual for you, it's unfamiliar territory. But you've got to do it.
Do it. This is really challenging, isn't it?
It is really challenging, yes.
I'm not feeling comfortable here because I'm surrounded by beer, I'm surrounded by people smoking cigarettes, I'm surrounded by people drinking wine, cigarettes. You know, I'm not comfortable, so I'm going to move away.
Credit yourself because you're dealing with it. That's what you're going to do. You've now decided that's what you're going to do.
I've made a decision.
Where 5 minutes ago you were going to do something different. So this is the positive choice. So do that.
And you've helped me.
Okay, do that. You've done it, so do that. Move away from the situation.
Right, that's it. I'm going.
Middy thinks it wise to stick with Melissa a bit longer and keep challenging her beliefs, especially that old chestnut of smoking keeps my weight down.
Stopping smoking does not make your body put on weight.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. If you stop smoking and start eating sweeties instead, yes, you'll put on weight.
Yes.
But if you stop smoking and you don't do that, no, you won't.
But you know, Middy, I mean, it doesn't mix. Smoking and detoxing does not mix.
No, but there's another aspect as well. If you can see how the link between addictive eating and addictive behaviour is smoking. So in a way, the two have to go in tandem.
Yeah.
So you may have come here to lose weight, but you have to also get rid of the other addiction.
I know.
Don't run to that place where I only came here to lose weight. You came here.
It's changed my life.